Hi everybody, Ann Katzeff of Ask Design. Today's tutorial is how to create masks in Illustrator. Called clipping paths in Illustrator, masks are shapes that are used to hide areas of color, images, or text. The portion of color or image or text that lies within the shape of the mask is visible. Designers create masks for hiding areas of images or even inserting images inside text and for a bunch of other things. They're really important tools to get familiar with. They are non-destructive, so even though you're hiding a section of the image, you're not deleting it, you're not destroying it. Whereas cropping is destroying because you're actually deleting what you're getting rid of. So it's more advisable to use the non-destructive method. And once you know what the different options are, you can have informed choices to make about which way to go. So let's rock and roll. I'm going to show you the basic ways to create masks in Illustrator. There are basically 4 ways to create masks in Illustrator, and this is method number 1. We're in an Illustrator file. I've got this image, and you can see that it's underneath the text, which we'll fix in a minute. It also extends beyond the bleed and goes way beyond the bleed down here. So we're going to create a mask using the mask button. I want to first identify the image by going into the Layers panel and selecting that layer and then also targeting it. So you notice when I click this circle, I'm targeting it and then the mask button becomes available to me. And it's really this simple. Don't blink, you'll miss it. I'm going to click on the mask button. Okay. Now we have the opportunity to reshape the mask. Here we go, on the side and down at the bottom. So this tool, the mask button tool, works really well with rectangular and square shapes. You can resize it later or edit it. The full image is still there. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay. After you do all this, it creates a new sublayer called Clip Group, and inside that is the mask. There's the mask that we've just resized, and here's the image. I'm going to target that, and you'll see, oh, it's actually all there. It's just simply being hidden. The mask is the window through which we are able to see this area of the image. So to edit the mask, select the layer, target the layer, and you'll be able to edit it. Okay. Okay, method number 2, drawing a shape. You can do this with any shape, but I'm going to show you how to do it with a circle. I've got my background image there. I'm going to select that layer and target it so we can see the whole thing. I've also drawn a circle, and it's this layer above the background layer. I'm going to target that. Okay, you can see that's the shape and the size. Now what's really important here with this method is to make sure the layer that's going to have the mask on it needs to be above the image. So right here I've got the circle directly above the background image. Now I'm going to select the background also, keep the Shift key selected, and target it. So I've selected both of them and I've targeted both of them. Now go to the Object menu and scroll all the way down to Clipping Mask. Scoot on over to Make, And there you go. There's the mask. Now, it's a little off. We need to edit it. Now, let's go back and see what we've got. Everything's now in a clip group sublayer. Here's the background, and here's the circle. So let's select and target the circle, which is the mask. I'm going to keep the Shift key down just to make sure it's in proportion. Restrain it to a circle, and there you go. You don't have to restrain it to a circle. I could have done this without the Shift key being pressed. It can be more of an ellipse, but I'm going to keep it a circle. And that is method number 2. Okay, method number 3, draw inside mode. There are different modes at the bottom of your tool panel. The default mode is, I guess it's the regular draw mode, and the middle one is draw behind, and the draw inside mode is generally hidden until you target a layer. So let's do that. I'm going to find the circle layer again, just select it and target it. Now watch what happens to this grayed out option. As soon as I target the circle, it becomes an option that we can select. And now we're going to select the background layer. And you know what? I'm actually going to target that. I'm still in the draw inside mode, okay? I'm going to target that and actually cut it. Cut, instead of just clear deleting it, puts it on an invisible file called the clipboard. So I still have it if I need it. Go back to the circle layer, select and target it. And now whatever I do goes directly inside because I'm in the draw inside mode. So I'll go back to edit and paste, and I pasted it inside. Now you can do this with a bunch of different things. The draw inside mode is really a cool feature, but it's also a nifty little way to create a mask. And you can see, just like the other 2 methods, it created a sub-layer clip group with the circle and the background inside that clip group. If I target the circle, guess what? Yep, I can reshape it, I can edit it, or I can go back to what it was. Non-destructive editing. And finally, method number 4 is multiple shapes, and this includes text. I love this technique, so I'm going to show it to you using text. I've got the home exhibit text down here instead of where it was up there. I'm going to select that layer. Let's get this done. And target it. And go up to the Type menu, Create Outlines. Okay, so this converts the text into a grouped set of paths. Now, Illustrator needs one single path for creating masks. So if you try this at home and you just do it at this stage, only one of the letters will fill with the image. What we want to do is change this change this group of multiple paths into one compound path. So it's still selected. It's now a group because I've outlined it. Okay, it's still selected and targeted. Now I want to go to the Object menu, scroll down to Compound Path, and Make. Okay? It loses the color, that's okay. Now, go to the background layer, target it. Let's cut it. Go back to the compound path, select and target it. And, oops, you know what? I need to go back. I need to leave that layer there. Sorry, I was on another train of thought. But I want to select and target both of those layers. Sorry if I confused you. Leave everything as it was. Compound path above the background. So it will now serve as the mask. Go to Object and create a clipping path. And there you go. Okay. So let me just review because I was thinking of something else and I got you confused. So we've got the compound path of text above the layer, targeting both, Object menu, clipping mask. And there you go. So that, my friends, is the way to go to making your different masks in Illustrator. Give each of them a try. Play around with them, see what works for you, what method you like the best, and feel free to leave comments. I hope this video tutorial was helpful for you, and have a great day. See you later.